Hey guys, Mecha-san here. It's time for a death battle. All right, this time I'm actually feeling it a bit more. Yeah, so that's good. And some not as much, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, this time here it's another Marvel versus DC. In this case, the iconic witches and wizards and yeah, whatever. It's another magic duel here. This time it's the Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff versus Zatanna. No superhero name as far as I'm aware. Just Zatanna. Oh, well, so let's take a look here. I went for the analysis stuff like that here, and I don't really know here. I know that we're in the Justice in the Avengers versus Justice League crossover comic, which is canon from what I hear. It was interesting here. We had like the Scarlet Witch trying to access like chaos magic, you know, the magic of the DC universe, and Zatanna sort of influencing that. There was interesting stuff there.
Scarlet Witch, Marvel's Crimson Queen of Chaos.
Crimson Queen of Chaos.
DC's magnificent mistress of magic.
This is magic.
Who wield the mystic arts like gods to reshape creation to their whims.
And there are those who just like to put on a hell of a show.
Yep.
Way, don't mess with them if you know what's good for you. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
death battle. All right, we're going. Okay, sprite animation, cool.
Though we may drift day by day in a world seemingly concrete and eternal, the fabric of reality is in fact more delicate than we might dare to wonder. Imagine every single iota of it, every star, galaxy, universe, all within the grasp of a single mortal woman to control at her whim. Imagine the danger.
Oh yeah, X-Men Evolution.
If you piss her off.
We don't have to, because her name is Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch.
X-Men, Wolverine, the X-Men.
We're poor Romani, who were lucky enough to be turned into superpowered.
Yeah, this whole thing. Just a Quicksilver.
Unable to control her apparently
Likes coffee, Camille Tea, Vision.
Wanda lost control and was branded.
Not Magneto's daughter, surprise. Not a mutant. Surprise again.
Master of magnetism himself, Magneto. Definitely giving off some big dad energy there.
So, to return Magneto's kindness, she and Pietro joined his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yeah.
Name there, Magneto, solid branding.
Yeah.
It wasn't long before she traded her supervillain creds for a membership with the Avengers, which
But
might have been
when was
too much
that?
for Wanda because she definitely drew the superpower short stick.
By waving her hands, Wanda could create small random events known as hexes, subtly altering the probability of any event happening.
That's a cool way of saying she could do like one magic-y thing per fight and then be totally useless. An energy blast here, some telekinesis there, a force field if she's feeling risky.
Almost sounds like Domino's ability.
God of Thunder or the Jolly Green World Breaker.
But something strange was happening. Over time, her hexes increased in breadth and power, as if there was more to Wanda's powers than met the eye. She learned to slow and stop time, drain and absorb energy, duplicate herself and others, teleport to different dimensions, and even strip others of their powers.
No more mutants. Yep, no more mutants.
It's almost as if there was more to Wanda than just being some random science experiment. Let's ask our resident expert on the deepest trenches of
Nice outfit there.
Jocelyn, if you will.
Jocelyn.
In reality, Wanda's powers weren't entirely the result of the High Evolutionary, nor was she the mutant daughter of Magneto, as he's claimed. Her powers weren't just some simple hexes. She might as well have been a god. Until
Of
now,
course.
she'd merely been dipping her toes into the vast ocean known as chaos magic. Though her powers may have seemed to be the byproduct of science, they were in reality the gift of the Lovecraftian elder god Chthon, who attempted to turn Wanda
Chthon,
into his
really?
future vessel.
Reminds me of my summers by the sea with old Uncle Yogg-Sothoth.
In time,
Yogg-Sothoth.
she could alter the probability of anything she could think of, turning a mathematical impossibility into an absolute certainty.
Of course.
Vice versa, Wanda's powers kept growing and growing, turning her into a being strong enough to rival even the mightiest of gods. Like, literally, Wanda's chaos magic is counterpart to the Phoenix Force, the embodiment of cosmic order. You know, that fiery space champion that can destroy the universe? Wanda fought it. even briefly erased it from existence.
No more Phoenix.
At her height, the Scarlet
But
Witch achieved total control over
connected to the life force, the increased power.
Your mind, your body, your soul, all of time, all of matter, and all of reality.
Wow.
She can wipe you from existence with a thought. And
Of course.
the very fabric of the universe as though it were tissue paper.
She isn't even limited to chaos magic either. They might not have been what made her a god, but the High Evolutionaries' experiments did make her more receptive to channeling magical energy.
Make her
That's why Mama Boomstick always warned me about redheads.
make
She's so receptive. In
make
fact,
her more.
Wanda is the
Yeah.
one nexus being of the 616 reality, a focal point for the universe's magical energies, and one that belongs equally to all other timelines.
Ah.
It's no wonder she was considered a candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, shit, why wasn't she? She might as well be
Mentally unstable.
Infinity Gauntlet.
With all that power.
The power of a god, but she's still stuck with a human's body that can be overpowered by physically stronger foes.
And
So she also
mentally.
survived being shot with a black matter bullet capable of, and I quote, world-shattering energy. So there's that.
She does
My
technically
God.
need to be able to think of a spell in order to get it to happen, so she could theoretically.
Yeah, her mind is still that of a human, and so she's got plenty of issues.
With dudes like X-Man who can fight within.
Also, yourself a quick soul from time. Limited to Gene. Throughout the Omniverse. Defeated Magneto.
Far and away the mightiest among Earth's mightiest heroes, Wanda resented the pressure of her incredible power. She actually wanted a quiet life as a wife and a mother.
But because no one in comics is allowed to have a happily ever after.
Yep,
life was
whether in
taken from her
Marvel
by
and DC.
Satan. Not the last time he'd do this too.
Yep.
Wanda snapped
Did we not
and took
mention
the
that?
multiverse with her.
By tapping into an inconceivable and unknowable pool of energy known as the Life Force, Wanda rewrote all of reality, creating a new universe where life was just how she wanted it.
No matter whose lives she had to change, in this House of M, she had her family back, but at the cost of her sanity.
Of
It
course.
wasn't long before it all came crashing down around
Yeah,
her.
fragile, exactly.
When friends discovered the lie of their new lives and turned against her, she uttered 3 fateful words and erased nearly all of mutant kind.
No more.
Mutants.
Wanda weaved her magic throughout.
How about no more super anything here? No more.
Spread throughout the Omniverse.
Yep.
Threatened to annihilate all of creation, the entirety of Marvel's infinite cosmology, everything that ever was.
We're gonna call them over to be cease.
Dark, and while
Yep.
Wanda has worked to keep her powers in check since then, that threat is always there. But honestly, that sounds more like a problem for anyone who's stupid enough to get in her way.
Yeah!
Blessing,
Leave her alone!
a help, and
It's like most people eventually learn to leave the Hulk alone. Leave her alone. Simple. Okay.
come one, come all, to see the magnificent Zatanna's.
Okay, I recall them saying the DC universe and stuff like that is far, far bigger.
AKA magic! Except
This is a magic
those aren't just
Princess of.
mirrors, they're the real
Oh wait, that's live action. That was from the Smallville show.
Everything she knew from her father, Giovanni Zatanna, who put his powers to good use as one of DC's very first.
Is that Leonardo da Vinci, Alexander?
He's the guy who taught
Wow.
Batman everything he knows about escape artistry.
Yep.
He debuted the same issue as Superman, and the young
Really?
Zatanna was more than happy to serve as his assistant, learning everything he knew about the cutthroat world of entertainment. Oh, and Cape shit too, but the former is way worse.
I want a refund. Huh.
She inherited her father's incredible mystical abilities.
These superhero girls,
Essentially, anything Zatanna thinks of, she can make real.
especially when she speaks backwards.
Absurdly powerful ability by speaking her desired effect backwards. Her father based this technique on the diaries of Leonardo da Vinci, who some theorize wrote backwards in order to hide his ideas from the repressive medieval Catholic Church.
Yeah, I would surprise.
Because he was
That's Creed.
handed.
That's another theory. If you hate fun.
And
If you hate
Zatanna's
fun.
apparently big-brained enough that she has no problem speaking backwards at the drop of a hat. Like when this one dude
Yep.
started reversing time in the middle of her sentences, she started speaking in palindromes so that she'd still be speaking backwards no matter what. I mean, you know what they say, Wiz? Go hang a salami. I'm a lasagna hug.
With
What?
her magic, Zatanna has bent the laws of reality to her whims. She's transmuted matter on an atomic level, teleported across dimensions, commanded the elements, turned invisible, removed powers, cast illusions,
Okay.
read and controlled minds, traveled through and stopped time, and can even wipe people from existence with a single word.
It might not seem obvious.
So, more or less,
but Zatanna is one of the most powerful sorcerers in
so more or less,
like the time she battled
Wanda here, but a lot more control, and actually have a good head on her shoulders.
God's divine wrath.
In order to defeat
Spectre.
an opponent of such unimaginable power, Zatanna focused her magical might into shattering the boundaries of reality. She reached out beyond the very comic panels themselves.
The comic panel.
Zor's entire magical universe down around him. She literally handled all of reality like it was a sheet of paper and crumpled it in her hands.
That might seem completely incomprehensibly impossible to us, but it's all a
give me
matter
surprise.
of belief. Literally, as long as Zatanna believes she can do something with her magic, she'll do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Her magic is
That-
essentially
that's-
assuming one reality, then replacing it with another. This is similar to other magical characters like Dr. Fate and Green Lantern, whose
Yep.
powers have been stated to work the exact same way.
But it's not like any
Intense
rando
belief.
can do magic by wishing on a star. Zatanna is genetically predisposed to this kind of magic.
'Cause he's a homo magi.
Her mom was in actuality a homo magi, a subrace of humans that are naturally adept at magic.
So
Exactly.
no
Oh,
wonder
I thought both her parents, both her parents.
The Justice League of America.
I mean, her father wasn't a homo magi. I could have sworn he was.
The Shadow the Hedgehog.
I mean, it's the Shadow Hedgehog version.
Harnessed an entire year's worth of sunlight into a single energy blast, creating ruptures across all of space and time throughout the DC multiverse.
Oh boy.
She even claimed she's as powerful as Superman himself.
Wow, the
Pre-Crisis
claims.
Superman, in
Oh.
case you were wondering.
Pre-Crisis.
Her only limit is her imagination and will. In fact, her backward speaking is mostly a stagecraft tradition meant to boost her concentration.
In a pinch, she can cast a spell with a single thud, and I doubt anyone's winning a
Yep.
quick draw with her.
Chantless magic.
Superheroes like
That's-
Martian Manhunter, who scanned every mind on Earth in a blank instant. Or how about Dr. Fate, whose magic traveled across the universe at the completely immeasurable velocity of God?
Zatanna
Velocity of
ended up
God,
with
oh my God.
reality-shattering threats like the Eldritch Upside Down Man, Primordial
Oof.
Darkness that is evil incarnate, and the
Okay.
force beyond creation, Pralaya.
Nice.
Shadow Goop Lady ate all of DC Comics, all of creation, everything. Gods, demons, rabbits, and spandex, everything.
Spandex.
And Zatanna's magic was strong enough to hold her back.
And then,
Oh,
after
boy.
subtly implanting Swamp Thing inside Pralaya, she weaved a spell within him to literally regrow all of reality back in seconds.
Huh.
Zatanna tricked a being older than God and then blew her ass up from the inside.
Yeah.
into Omniverse
I
and
s-
broke the goddamn
Deborah, indeed.
Is the almighty power
Oh.
of Zatanna's will. Should it falter though, or should her focus be disrupted, it will all come crashing down like a house of cards. Belief is a fragile thing, after all, and her powers
Yep.
were weakened for a time after she lost belief in herself.
And she's definitely got one big weak point. She's a huge daddy's girl.
Despite
Aww.
her amazing career, she has struggled within herself to live up to her father's legacy, especially after his heroic death.
Oh, brother.
The Emperor has died a lot of times. So Z's therapy can't be cheap. Especially after dating John Constantine.
Ooh, yeah.
I can just smell the lager and self-loathing from here.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's me.
Questionable romance aside, Zatanna is a consummate professional.
I mean, it feels like
The show must go on, and she'll always finish.
oh yeah, she did date Constantine. Although that gotta be a rebound. That was he probably used her as a rebound.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle with magic.
All right. Yeah, dating Constantine. Yeah, she was clearly going through some issues at that point. It had to be, because why would you date Constantine? John Constantine, of all people. Oh, boy. I mean, I guess Batman was too busy. Oh, boy. And I guess he didn't want to make it awkward with him. Oh, boy, but... Jesus. They really they go crazy with, they really went crazy with, and no wonder they have to do all these reboots, stuff like that, of the entire comic reality here, because at this point, they're just so crazy here. It's like, you really can't imagine at this point, villains like Captain Boomerang, Captain Cold, Mirror Master ever being a threat to the Flash, or ever had been a threat to the Flash here. That's because, my God, they've given Flash such a big boost of power here that what good are these other are his original like rogues gallery gonna be? Again, nothing. Those guys have been reduced to just street level villains because after the Flash just went omni powerful. And the same thing here, like with Zatanna and stuff like that here, and of course going back to Marvel as well. These guys are so ridiculously powerful. They topple the gods of gods, basically. Like they can somehow pull the wool over beings older than every other god they've ever fought before. They give them a hard time. At this point, yeah, Zatanna could take on the Endless, the Marvel DC cat, and whatever, and they could pretty much be their replacement for their various uniform. Like Wanda and some Marvel guys can also be like, wow, just become the new the new Eternity, or whatever the name of whatever the personified name of the DC DC reality is here. Again, I also loved how in the Marvel Avengers and Justice League crossover they had, where yeah, the two realities here, Eternity and I forgot her name because it had a more complicated name. They wordlessly fell in love. Aww, sure, why not? And they had to be tearfully separated when the universes had to be, yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, it's like at this point, at this point, the only reason I can think of is for anyone is just, you know what? I like to see a world, both Marvel DC, where the supers are gone. Like, what would happen if suddenly the supers, heroes, villains, anyone with superpowers is gone here? They don't have to worry about world-ending threats. The Earth doesn't have to worry about world-ending threats here, alien invasions, Lovecraftian horrors trying to come through. No, they're just gone. All of them are gone. All Marvel and DC, and just the humans dealing with their own devices here. There is no god-level intellect individual causing mayhem or something like that. There's just seeing what the countries have to go through. For DC, it's gonna be bad here because at this point, like if you look at Doomsday Clock, and the lesson I got after that book finally ended was like, wow, you're telling me that without Superman, the world, humanity can't control itself here. It will be doomed. Will doom itself to oblivion here because it can't keep its own act together here. They need this superpowered alien to pretty much be like, no, don't do that. That's bad. That's bad. And give him a speech about hope and everything, which got so preachy at this point here. All talking about hope and such, like, shut up. As opposed to, like, we got I can see the Avengers Earth lasting, actually being able to get its act together more than DC Earth if suddenly all these superpowered individuals and otherworldly whatever just up and left, and the humans were left on their own. So yeah, enough of that. After going through all that here, it seems what Wanda can do, Zatanna can do with no effort whatsoever. So I'm gonna go with Zatanna on this one. Let's see here. I mean, I know last time I was wrong, so I lost. So let's see.
Oh, thank you. And for my first trick,
whoa! You summoned someone. I think you probably crossed the words. Ta-da!
What sort of two-bit sorceress do you think you are? Two-bit?
Oh! Two-bit!
Perhaps I was being generous.
I like how they got the accent here for her.
All part of the show, folks.
bunnies. Ooh. What?
I'd say this calls for an Avenger.
An event. Oh, the Hulk versus Superman. Oh boy, something everyone's been like going off and on again. Wow, they're actually Wonder Woman, Thor. We already know.
Do you know the difference between you and I?
No? Yeah, again.
Well, I think the difference is
Style?
presentation.
Same thing.
And I know a trick when I see one.
Okay, the spread animation was kind of weird, and she just mess with the
Universes. You can't run forever. Now make like a magician and disappear.
also the good universes. Okay, I think the spread animation is actually better on Wanda there instead of Zatanna. Oh, but yeah, wouldn't the fact that two different universes again they don't bother taking that into account. No more sound. Doesn't matter. She doesn't need sound. She has chantless. She can do chantless magic.
A disappearing act was the first thing Dad ever taught me.
And
For my final trick,
No more witches.
no more witches. Wouldn't that be you as well, Zatanna? Ooh! Ho ho! Wow, that was weird.
and that's our show, ladies.
She cut her in half. Damn.
KO! Now that's a magic trick that's to die for.
Well, I won.
This matchup was like walking on a tightrope. It could fall either way at any point.
Because at the end of the day, both these ladies could do basically anything with their magic. All they had to do was think and shit would happen. They were totally even. At her peak, Wanda was able to threaten the
Similar power speed, could counter most one spell, no downside, using a full power, spirit training.
Could do the exact
A
same
lot more
thing.
total weaknesses, yeah.
Despite some differences, the omniversal cosmologies of Marvel and DC Comics are roughly equivalent in size and scope.
Well,
All
there's some
that
differences.
to look at was their weaknesses.
While both were as powerful as one another, Wanda needed to tap into the life force to reach that pinnacle, and doing so threatened her sanity.
Let's take a closer look at the events surrounding House of M, where Wanda's powers were at their maximum.
Despite admitting that she was way stronger, Doctor Strange managed to get the best of Wanda with a cool head and a spell that briefly knocked her out cold.
His
Yeah.
attacks against her mental instability were enough to turn the tide.
Yeah, she's mentally unstable.
Clear, this instability definitely wouldn't affect her power. She was still strong enough to create a completely new alternate reality and then erase it just as easily. What it would do is leave her open.
Also, take her No More Mutant spell. As insanely powerful as it was to affect the whole of Marvel's
It didn't affect everyone.
It wasn't entirely successful. There was still a tiny portion of Earth's mutant population left unaffected.
Yep.
Likely due to
Strain and Frog,
interference
exact.
with
Can I clarify that both
Against Zatanna,
interference?
who was just as strong and not losing her mind, she wouldn't be able to afford that kind of lapse, even for an instant.
On the other hand, Zatanna has managed to maintain her willpower fighting foes just as strong as the Scarlet Witch, so she didn't have the same kind of exploitable weakness.
Yep.
Remember, she doesn't actually need to say her spells back.
Exactly. Yeah, she could chantless magic.
All her spells come from her mental impulses, just like Wanda. She's consistently pulled off non-verbal spells in the past, even against beings as strong as Pralaya.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous.
Z definitely
But
had
yeah.
enough experience fighting smart and keeping on her toes to hang with Wanda long enough to get in a finishing blow.
While there were definitely versions of this battle that could have ended with Wanda victorious, Zatanna's cooler head and effortless magic allowed her to prevail.
I guess you could say Wanda never saw it coming, and Zatanna
Saw-
Maxim offed her.
Oh, well, bad.
Zatanna.
Yep. Yeah, I win. I win. I mean, Okay, that was they didn't. Okay, if they went exactly, there would have been a lot more to play here because going back again to the crossover event, there was clearly some things where because the two realities were, let's just say, fell under completely different umbrellas here. Like the DC Omniverse is not in the same within the same, like you could say, territory as Marvel. As a Marvel Universe here. For example, when the Flash went to the Marvel Universe for a time here, he was completely disconnected from the Speed Force. Because there was no Speed Force in the Marvel Universe. So, yeah. Yeah, even though, by all rights, this is the Flash that supposedly generates Speed Force. At least, was it the Flash that generates the Speed Force or another one entirely? Either way, the point is, there was no Speed Force in Marvel Universe, so no running fast Flash. And yeah, again, Wanda was trying to connect to the magic of DC Universe here. Again, it makes me wonder, could Zatanna be? I forgot if they actually happened. Was Zatanna? Could she access her magic when she was if she was in the Marvel Universe? Did she go to the Marvel Universe? I don't think she did. But yeah, when Scarlet Witch tried to access the magic of the DC universe, of the DC reality, and that interesting effects here. We even had like Quicksilver try to access the Speed Force while he was in DC. Boy. So yeah, it's one of those things for you, but yeah, that'd be too complicated to take into account here. So again, the Death Basketball taking them at their strongest here without any of the more detrimental attributes from location being a thing. So yeah, Zatanna won. I got a win on that one here. So let's see who's next.
Death Battle is back. We launched a brand new membership program for our YouTube channel. By directly supporting our team, you'll get unique emotes, badges, and additional content, and a bunch more. Click that join button to see more info.
Who's next here?
Thanks so much for watching.
Okay, we're back to JoJo here. And Jonathan Joestar, what's another grandfather? Versus Demon Slayer. I got nothing. I got no stake in this battle at all. I mean, I stopped watching these shonen shows long ago here. I mean, let's see, Dragon Ball Z, Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah, when Bleach and Naruto were still running, like before even Naruto became Naruto Shippuden, I stopped. I completely cut off here. The last time, and for Bleach here, I pretty much stopped when they were still in the middle of the Rankan arc here with, yeah. I just threw in the towel with these shonen shows here. They were just, no, too much. So yeah. So I got nothing. So I really know nothing about Demon Slayer, or like My Hero Academia, or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Nothing. And so I'm coming in this with completely unbiased, objective, and I'll let the results speak for itself. The analysis, and then I'll make my decision. So until then, everyone, thank you for watching. As always, comment below what you all thought. Like, subscribe for more videos. So next one, this is Mecha-san, logging out.